and I'm so excited to tell you about something really fun that's launching in Mary Kay. You're gonna love it. So last April, we came out with this incredible new miracle set called the Timewise Miracle Set 3D. The 3D stands for defends, delays, and delivers when it comes to protecting your skin and preventing aging, which I think is incredible. And we love it, and we've been obsessed, and we've sold so many as a nation and donated a bunch of money, and it was great. Everything about it was great. But we had these old foundations that mimicked our old Timewise Miracle Set. And although they've been really great for decades, they needed an upgrade because our skincare got an upgrade. So I'm so excited to announce that as of May, Mary Kay is relaunching this incredible new formula in our matte wear for all of our liquid foundations. I am so excited. So don't be upset if you're a big time luminous wear girl and you love the dewy look, because those foundations are going to be releasing in the new formula as well later on at the end of the summer, early fall, which I'm super excited about too. So let's talk about the matte really quick. What I want to tell you and what you can expect to hear in this really quick video is all the benefits that you get in your foundation, how to match the shade, and then I'll demonstrate on myself what it kind of looks like so you can get an idea of how it works. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. So the first thing I want to go over is explaining to you what is in these products, because I think that's really important to know what you're putting on your skin. First thing I want you to know is that Mary Kay makes everything to European standards, which is pretty awesome because the European standard bans well over 1,000 ingredients that the FDA actually allows in product. And so we make everything to the European standard, which is much safer, much more effective, much more gentle and efficient and careful on your skin. Okay, so that's great. The other thing you should know is that Mary Kay does not test on animals. Even in China, we have helped end animal testing requirements, which I think is pretty epic and pretty awesome. And so I'm really excited and proud to say that Mary Kay does not test on animals, not only in the US, but globally, which is amazing. Okay, the other thing you should know, which is just kind of a fun bonus, is that at least through July 11th, Mary Kay is going to give $1 of every one of these new matte foundation purchases to the Mary Kay Foundation, which helps fund research towards women's cancers and over 150 domestic violence shelters nationwide. So all of that is really awesome. Are you excited yet? Because this all applies to our new foundations that are so good. Okay, here we go. So here's some of the ingredients and the benefits that I think you need to just be aware of. First of all, it has this incredible new technology called IntelliMatch technology, which is just a way that this stuff adjusts to your skin and gives it a perfect match. If you've ever been one of those people that just gets so frustrated that you cannot find a foundation that actually matches your skin, that you always look too light or too dark or too orange or too pink, you don't have to worry about that anymore, sister, because Mary Kay has figured out how to make this work, and you just don't have to shop anymore. You're done. You have what you need forever and always, and you don't have to be your own chemist mixing together different foundations. It's all in this IntelliMatch technology, which I think is so cool. It's going to give you a true shade accuracy, and you're going to love it. All right, so let's talk about some of the ingredients that are in it. It's called our matte wear, which I'm excited about. Yay for matte foundations, and it's the 3D formula. So it's the same awesome new formula that's in our Miracle Set. So if you're using the Miracle Set, you're getting the benefits, of course, through the skincare, but then also through the foundation. And then if you're not, then you're still getting great benefits with your foundation. So you're getting skincare, not just covering up. Like, that's a win, right? Let's talk about the 3D complex. So there's a couple aspects to this, 3 specific ones. It helps to brighten your skin tone, which I think is awesome because, you know, as we get older, we get the age spots or the sun spots start coming out, maybe acne scars that we've had before. When we get in the sun, like different parts of our face just tan differently than other parts. And I love that the brightening kind of balances everything all out into one fabulous youthful tone and glow, and it just makes you look younger. Brighter skin is just younger looking skin, so I'm super excited about that part. The other thing is that it has something called Encapsulated Resveratrol. If you haven't looked up resveratrol before, go Google it right now. You're going to be blown away by what this stuff does. It's a natural ingredient that is found in like berries and grapes, like acai berries, blueberries, things with really gentle skin. And they have to have some kind of a way to protect themselves and their very delicate skin from the sun, right? And no one's gonna be there to rub sunscreen on them. So I think this is so cool. So they have something called resveratrol in them. And what this resveratrol does is it protects you from sun's radiation. And radiation can come around and actually subtract and deplete things from your skin that can leave little pockets or discoloration. It can leave you damaged to more exposure. It can speed up your age process. Like all of those are bad words, right? We don't like any of that. And so the resveratrol helps to protect it and literally like block out free radicals that come out of the sun so that your skin can't be depleted anymore, which I think is so awesome. Like, get away from me. That's a violation of my space. And so I really love that we have this resveratrol. It's encapsulated, and that's just a fun way of saying it's not gonna just get put on your skin in the morning and then it slowly fades off during the day. It's gonna slowly release over the 12-hour wear that you can use this foundation. Yes, I said 12-hour wear. And so you're gonna gradually get this amazing even coverage against free radicals. Pretty awesome. Okay, the third element of the 3D miracle set, the 3D foundation and this complex is the vitamin B3 that's going to be found in this foundation. And vitamin B3 helps your skin to retain moisture, which keeps it plump. It keeps it nice and dewy and youthful. Again, we want our skin to be plumped and not like depleted. Dried out skin looks very aged, and so we don't want that. But then we want it to retain moisture and keep it nice and hydrated and youthful and glowy. The other thing that vitamin B3 does is that it helps to increase your skin's keratin levels, which can help smooth out fine lines and wrinkles and improve your skin texture. I mean, do we love all of these words? Because all of them scream, you're telling me I'm going to stay looking fabulous and wonderful just from my foundation. Like, yes, girlfriend, that's what I'm telling you. This stuff is amazing. It has skincare built into it. Okay, the last thing that I'm going to tell you about this incredible foundation, and I think I've already mentioned it, $1 of the of every single purchase between now and July 11th is going to go to the Mary Kay Foundation. And the Mary Kay Foundation supports 150 domestic violence shelters and research towards cancers that affect women. So just for investing in yourself and in your skin, you're also helping other women across the nation in two incredible categories, which I think is just awesome. So thank you, Mary Kay. All right, let's talk about how this stuff works, because I love, love, love the way that this IntelliMatch actually technology works. And I like that they're a lot more specific in the way that this foundation works, where before it was more generic, okay? So we still have the ivory, beige, and bronze categories, which is really important because obviously your skin's gonna fall in one of those. It's gonna be more light, more dark, or somewhere in the middle. So that's what the ivory, beige, and bronze means. So we'll figure that part out first. That's how you figure out step one of what your shade is. Step two is you wanna kind of ask yourself some questions about your undertones to kind of figure out if you are a warm undertone, a cool undertone, or a neutral undertone, because you could be either of those. The cool is going to mean that you have a little bit more, maybe pink, but in general, a cool undertone is someone who walks into the sun, gets really pink or really red, might even burn, and then it just goes back to the normal color. It might be tan for like a second, and then it just goes back, but it usually involves some kind of burnt pink or redness when you're exposed to the sun. For women who are in the warm skin undertone category, you're going to be someone who tans really, really easily and rarely burns. If it does turn pink, it's always going to turn brown, and she's always going to get darker with sun exposure. Then you have people who are in neutral, and neutral women are going to find themselves like they don't really get red, they don't really get tan. They might get a little sun exposure, but it's going to go right away. Like nothing's really going to change. Their skin pretty much stays the same. What's really fascinating to me are that ivory people, you know, we used to think that they were just the ones who were delicate to the sun, but it's not true. You can actually be an ivory and have a warm undertone, or you can be a bronze and have a cool undertone. So just because you're darker or lighter doesn't necessarily default you to cool or warm, and just because you're beige doesn't mean you're naturally a neutral, okay? So I think that part's really cool. So the first thing you're gonna wanna know is define your category of ivory, beige, or bronze. Then you're gonna wanna ask yourself those questions about the sun and how your skin behaves in different exposures to see if you're a cool, warm, or neutral. And that's going to tell you if you should have a W, a C, or an N next to your number. And then the number following your letter is going to be the intensity of your color. So I've got a wide variety of samples from ivory to bronze, and I know I don't have my exact match, but I do know I'm a beige, and I know I'm a warm, and the one beige warm that I have is 180. And I tried it last night, and it's a little bit dark for my skin, but I'm still going to show it to you so you can see how it works and how it adjusts to your skin tone, because I think it's pretty awesome. And even in the not quite brightest light, I was like, this might actually match. So I got really excited. I cannot imagine what one shade lighter is actually gonna do and be so perfectly matched for my skin. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna first stripe it on my arm so you can take a look. Let me take my bracelets off and we'll go ahead and do this. All right, so here's our fabulous technology here. Oh, I hope you're able to see this. Can I adjust this maybe? There we go. There's a little bit on my wrist, right? I love it. It looks pretty great and it adjusts pretty well even though it's the wrong shade, which I think is awesome. I'm going to show you how it looks on my jaw as well, because this is how you would match someone. You don't want to go like way under here because this gets a lot of shadow from the sun, and too far up here, you know, we typically get a little darker as we get closer to our temples. So doing it right on your jawline is a much better, much more accuracy for trying to figure out what your shade is. So I know you're probably not going to get like amazing looking at my ring light and just selfie camera, but at least you'll get a little idea. This is a neutral, not a warm, not a cool. This is the neutral, okay, but it's still in the beige category. And then this one is cool. This is the beige. Oh, it definitely looks like it's got some pink under it. I can tell that. Not my color, that's okay, but I want you to at least see, like, do you see how already it goes from kind of white and really, really, really bright to it just kind of melts into your skin and starts adjusting? Look at that. That is wild to me. So the neutral looks a little bit orange, if you could see on my end of things. This one definitely looks more pink, and I can tell that one's darker, but that blends in more to my skin so much easier because it's a warm, and that's what my skin's gonna wanna receive. So what I'm gonna do next is apply my foundation with our new blending brush. And really quickly, here's just a look at what our blending brush looks like. It's this fabulous thing, and it's perfect for full coverage. It's synthetic bristles. It's really, really condensed. You squirt the product right on here, and because of how synthetic and dense it is, it's not gonna eat your foundation. It's gonna deposit all of it onto your face, and you're gonna get this really, really incredible full coverage. I was a little bit nervous about the size because typically when I see these, they're much bigger. But this is great because you can actually get it into the tiny little areas around your eyes and around your nose and your chin. And I feel like I've got a lot more workability with this smaller brush than I would like the big ones that you get, which is great. I still love our liquid foundation brush, but this is great for like more medium coverage foundation when you want like a little something something. And the blending beauty blender is my favorite for CC cream, but it is a sheer coverage. You're not going to get a full covered face with the beauty blender or the regular foundation. So let me go ahead and show you what this looks like when I start striping it on my face, and you can see how it changes and adjusts to the skin. I think it's incredible. All right, much easier to take my earring off. So we're just gonna put a tiny little bit here on the brush, and then like that looks really, really white, right? Can you see it? But it'll adjust and blend in, and oh my word. I'm not gonna do my whole face right now, but I just want you to see how it blends and adjusts and just kind of melts into your skin. I have noticed that I can feel this one a little bit more than I felt the other liquid foundation. And maybe that's just because the formula is a little different and my skin isn't used to it. And so I'm like, I can tell it's there, but it still doesn't feel heavy. Even though I can like feel it, it does not feel heavy. And it definitely does not feel like I have that mask on. My skin feels incredibly breathable. And the biggest thing I noticed when it dried after I used it yesterday is that I felt like I could feel my skin through it. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, I could tell something was there, but I could feel my skin just fine. Like it was the most breathable foundation I think I've ever experienced. And it does have a tiny, tiny bit of a scent. There's no added fragrance to my knowledge, but you can tell it smells like something, and it's very fresh to me. Like it's like, oh, I kind of like the way it smells. It's really nice. So this brush also feels incredible. You see that? Like, it doesn't, it just kind of melts right in. I wanted to show you what it looked like on my arm. I put this is the warm that I have on my face right now. You guys, what? These two are still kind of drying, but this was the cool, and this was the neutral in the beiges that I've got available. And so I feel like those would probably, yeah, you can see how they move a little bit. Let me see if I can just show up in here. But like up here, it's not moving. You see that? Like it will not move. I'm so excited. I love it. I love it. I love it. So again, not the perfect intensity. I probably need a shade lighter than what I'm using, but I love how easily this stuff covers, and it adjusts, it blends. I feel like it covers up any little imperfections or pores that I feel like are a little bit too big. I cannot imagine what this is gonna look like with a primer when I'm intensely, like actually intentionally putting it on. I'm super stoked. So if you have questions about this foundation, the technology in it, anything like that, feel free to leave it in the comments, or if you wanna go shop, go to marykay.com and find a consultant who's in your area, or let me know and I'm sure I can hook you up if you don't have a consultant. But thank you so much for taking time to watch this, and I hope it's helpful, and I can't wait for you to experience the Mary Kay foundations for yourself.